Michigan's rock station, Q106.
This is Span from the Art and Span Show podcast, and here with Q106 for New Q Sundays, we're hanging out with none other than the Ravenades. Thank you so much for coming through, fellas.
Thank you.
Awesome. So please introduce yourself for our listening audience, please.
I'm Matt, I'm the bass player.
I'm Tony, I'm the guitar player.
I'm MJ, and I'm the singer.
I'm Jai, and I'm the drummer.
I'm George, I'm the other guitarist.
And to be clear, it is Jai, not Jay. Although the band loves to mess with Jai about being called Jay by radio people.
Or Herbert.
Herbert?
Or Oates.
All right, yeah.
He's got loads of names.
Oh, where are all these names coming from?
Oates is a good one. So we call him Pats, his surname's Patel. So for a long time his nickname was Pats, but when you type Pats into any sort of text messaging app, it auto-corrects it to Oates. So he's been known as Oates for a while. 18 months.
I mean, if you've got a notes, which one of you is Hall then? Surely you've heard that one before.
Yeah.
All right, good. Just want to make sure I wasn't first with that dad joke.
Yeah.
When I say dad joke time is done.
Yeah.
So the new album, Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Where did this come? Like, where did the ideas for the songs and the album concept and everything come from for you guys?
Well, it's kind of work in progress. From Conspiracy was the first record with MJ and Tony actually on the record. So it's like it kind of feels like a new band setup for this. This is our second album.
Kind of when you change the singer, it's kind of a whole new band.
Yeah. It wasn't like a big deal for us. We went through like a couple of months, kind of pulling our hair out, like what we're gonna do. And we already knew MJ. Funnily enough, and like it just kind of worked out. And we already had written a bunch of songs for Conspiracy. Mm-hmm. And when MJ joined, we kind of worked on the stuff we had, and then we started working on new bits, and Tony brought some stuff to the table, so the album kind of was a bit more diverse this time round, which is pretty cool. And it kind of really clicked, and we just kind of hit the ground running with it.
So I'm gonna approach this diplomatically. Can you talk about what happened to your previous lead singer?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, cool. Well, sometimes it's a difficult situation, like, for legal purposes. We can't really go into it. So I didn't want
That's a good accent. I like the accent.
I love the accent.
But yeah, so what happened to your
It
original
just
lead singer?
wasn't really working out, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, I mean, we actually, like, instead of, like, also all growing up together at school and kind of thing, we met, like, online, basically. Like, we started the band and kind of wanted to...
Online? Where? Like...
Well, me and our old guitarist, right, started the band.
Right.
He's now our manager.
Okay.
So, put an ad out for a bass player. Matty picked it up. Come down now, the audition. Jai did a cover of a Parkway Drive song.
And no one
on
else
YouTube.
showed up, so we gave it to him.
Yeah, and he was literally the only person that responded. So,
I love it. MJ wasn't even there at that point.
Yeah.
He's still roasted it.
Tony we knew from like local metal scene. He was in another band, and MJ was also in another band we played with. So we kind of all met that way. But yeah, anyway, so our original singer, I don't know how to word it really. Just wasn't on the same wavelength in terms of like we're all super kind of gung ho for like we want to be a successful band, and we want to sort of put the hard work in, and we want to do this and do that, and it's had different ideas with stuff. When we come round to working on the next album with him, it's kind of wasn't really on the same page, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think Mike had a completely different direction he thought we would be going in, didn't he? Than what the rest of us wanted to do.
Okay.
So it then become like little decisions become differences, and then it just kind of didn't work.
So our listeners hear a bunch of accents here. I would like you guys to tell us where you're all from individually.
Well, we're actually all from London.
Really, all from London? Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Okay, so you heard our man Span do his impression of your accent. What I would love to hear is your impression of the American accent.
Well, it depends what region we talking about.
Let's go with this northern Midwestern accent.
Oh God, I don't even know what that would be.
Let's alienate our audience now.
Pick an accent you have the most fun doing.
There you go.
I kind of like the South. I think that's always a fun one to do.
That's the one we've been doing in the van a lot, isn't it? The South.
The South. We even gave our because obviously we're traveling around in a van this time around. and we wanted to give our van the most like a really heavily American name because it's a Chevy. So we thought call it Chad Chevy.
Good old Chad.
So he's taken us across this awesome country, and he's only had one blowout. So
lost 1 foot.
we lost 1 foot, but he's all right. He's still going.
Well, you're in a GM town, so good on you for giving the shout to Chevy.
All
Now,
right.
before you're transported away in Chad Chevy, you guys have some songs for us here.
Yes.
And this first one, The Day the World Stood Still.
Yep.
Now, in this world where everybody has the coronavirus, do you guys prefer the fist bump? Do you like to do the elbow bump? What is your preferred? Because listeners are going to want to meet you. So what's the preferred approach? You prefer the fist bump or the elbow bump?
The
bow.
The bow.
All right. Well, let us
Traditional bow.
Let us bow to their talent, the Raven Age. It's the day the world stood still. Q106.
I'm so sick of this, bad of all the sins that I've made. Thinking of an afterlife, counting down the days till I die. I haven't made another mistake. 'Cause mankind's creation will suffer till we're saved. Can you save me now? Falling in deeper, giving one way. There's nowhere to run. I'm worrying. This time I'll never heal. I'm worrying. This world's standing still. And I'm on my own. When the days merging as one. And I'm on my own. This time I'll never heal. Wash away the fear that I can seem to get out of my mind. Every day another fight, I'm in the dark, I'm begging for light. As time goes on, I feel more afraid. Another reminder, I cannot change its fate. Everything that I've done for us, and now I'm suffering and paying for it. Rotten this torment, I can't seem to get away. No, everything that I've done for us, and now I'm suffering and paying for it. Hoping to God in this life there's another way. Can you save me now? Falling into living one way. There's nowhere to run. I'm worrying. This
Oh my. Okay. First thing I noticed, besides the 3-part harmony, which just stirred my soul, is you guys in the Raven Age new album Conspiracy. In the guitar playing, there's no squeaks as you bounce from chord to chord. I'm so used to bands with all the squeaks, like between their stuff, and I was like, wow, this. I mean, the finger aptitude to play this stuff is kind of a little bit next level as far as like bands I've seen live. I'm like, I don't even play guitar. I just know when a guy plays less squeaks, I'm like, oh, that's.
Now you say that.
Span is very impressed by your fingering. That's what he's trying to say.
Squeaky.
We did practice a lot.
Low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit.
I'm just trying to get back a little bit.
So we mentioned coronavirus a little earlier. We talked before the interview about how coronavirus is affecting you guys. Can you tell us what we were talking about? Remember, like, I guess you guys had to cancel everything going forward, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we had it was this kind of trip over to America's had 2 parts. We had this radio tour, which we've done, and this is actually the last one we're doing today.
Okay.
So this is the sign off.
You're ending on a high note, we assure you.
Ending on a high note, yeah.
Exactly.
But then we had some headline shows in LA, New York, and Chicago, which sadly have had to be pulled due to the virus, and it's a real shame. But do you know what? I think what it is, it's a country that's got, you know, a lot of people, a great healthcare system, but they're just being safe. And I think it's just better be safe than sorry kind of thing at the moment, because I think there's too much stuff that potentially could happen that probably won't.
Right.
But I think they're just going along the lines of, well, let's just be safe, better safe than sorry.
Erring on the side of caution.
Erring on the side of caution.
Yeah.
And do you know what? The decision kind of in that frame got made for us. And of course we're very upset. These were our first kind of headline shows in America. So we were looking forward to playing to American fans, but it's happened, and I think, you know, we can't be too upset about it because we understand why they've decided to do it. So
We do have an okay healthcare system. We also have a very robust legal system that will sue people if you book a show and everybody gets sick there.
Exactly.
So yeah,
That's exactly. I spoke to my dad this morning on the phone, and he said to me like about the shows, and he said, "I'm really gutted for you." He said, "But," he said, "you are in a country where if someone gets sick at your gig, they'll probably sue you." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a fair enough point."
It's more of a liability thing than
absolutely.
anything else. Now, you mentioned your pops. Obviously, there's a big familiar connection there. And I was looking at the title of this next song, "The Face That Launched 1,000 Ships," inspired by Helena Troy.
Yeah.
And obviously, Maiden certainly referenced classical literature back in the day with the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. How much of that had an influence upon your songwriting as a band?
I mean, it's interesting. I think it's quite a good thing to do within the genre that we're in. Like this is stuff that we all find interesting, like historical events, other things like
I
that,
guess it's not really a thing where we thought, oh, you know what, we're going to do this because Maiden do it and Priest do it and this kind of thing. It's just like
we like it.
Yeah, searching for concept ideas, and they're such big epic topics. There's so much to research and get your teeth into and stuff, and it does, like you said, it kind of suits the style of music. And we have a mixture of both. Like there's personal tracks on the record. There's stuff like The Face That Launched 1,000 Ships, Fleur de Lis. There's those kind of things. So we have a mixture.
Oh, I think you have to, and like you said, those items, those bits of history, those are timeless. I mean, otherwise, when you're a band from the '60s singing "Let's Go Do the Hop" or whatever, that's very much a product of its time. There's nothing more There's nothing more cringeworthy than listening to a band where they do the year shout out at the beginning. "This is for '98, mother," and it's like, oh man, thanks for the reminder of how old I am, bro. That's fantastic. So let's hear that next song, "The Face That Launched 1,000 Ships."
Yeah.
As these kingdoms divide us, tear us apart, eternity looming over me. The tides of war are waging, a sentence two hearts have made. The blood we spilled is on both our hands, but it's all over now. These walls break down and cave in. I promise that I will keep this fire burning in me. I'll face a war before I give in. Our twisted fates are breaking to stop all enemies waking. A battle fought for your soul. I stare out on the horizon, see what we've done. Fire burning in all our eyes. The heel of Achilles will be the downfall we see. Another tea cannot wait for me, but it's all over now. These walls break down and cave in. I promise that I will keep this fire burning in me. I'll face a war before I give in. Our twisted fates are breaking to stop all enemies waking. A battle fought for your soul, but it's too late, too late. Upon the wind of silent sound, finally eternity, find a path not to be found. I promise that I will keep this fire burning in me. I'll face a war before I give in. Our twisted fates are breaking to stop all enemies waking. A battle fought for your soul.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that one out and get it in my phone. The face that launched 1,000 ships from Raven Age. Oh my God, fellas. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. Okay. So, coronavirus has shut down the tour. So you guys are hopping on a flight back home tonight, correct?
Yeah. We're traveling out of Chicago tonight.
Okay. So what's next after that? Like, are you just going home to chill, to write? You got more
Well-
shows coming?
Well, it's actually, I mean, it's not the end of the world that that it coincides this way, because we're actually heading back into the studio in April anyway. So this just kind of gives us a little bit more time to get our stuff together and, you know, make sure everything's where it needs to be and
Put the polish on.
Put the polish on, yeah, exactly.
So you guys are just gonna sequester yourselves and do music, no touring, no events, just focus on the music?
Yeah, that was always the plan anyway for that
Okay.
period of time. And then obviously we've got the summer festivals and everything coming up. Hopefully, you know, because at the moment it is looking a bit unsure and a bit uncertain. But it's nice because I think right now everyone's thinking, look, if I can have an excuse to just quarantine myself, I'm going to do that. And we were literally going to do that anyway. So,
So it works out quite nicely.
so it works out okay, yeah.
It's a working quarantine, is
A
what
working
it is. Yeah, there it
quarantine,
is.
exactly.
Most people would probably love to have 2 weeks off work, and we're livid.
Yeah.
We're absolutely gutted.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to when you come back stateside all the way from London, England. This
Thank
is the
you.
Raven Age. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank
The
you.
Q106.
Thank you for having
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Michigan's rock station, Q106.